All right, let's go. Thank you very much for having us. I think we're a little on the tight side schedule-wise, so I'm just going to get right into it. Timing will start when my character's feet hit the ground in the cutscene coming up. I will call it.
Cool.
All right. And go.
Excellent. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. So this is an indie game released, I think, 2016 or 2017?
17 according to the overlays.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. You know, AusSpeedruns, they do their homework. Yeah, it's set in a... well, you know, you can decide for yourself exactly what the setting is, but at least superficially, we're living in a world that's mostly sky, a bunch of floating islands, and we're playing as Orc.
Well, it's just a little bit of a premonition for the Skyward Sword run coming up later.
Yeah, I mean, like, totally, that can work.
Yeah.
In time, we'll find that she's able to transform into a bird. You're not normally allowed to do it indoors, and in the opening area, you just flat out can't, but that will be relevant for most of the run. So we're starting off in a pilgrimage. We're in Kara's shrine, and we are about to approach a very important plot artifact. So we've got a little cutscene coming up here. As we just walk up forward here, and oh, no, it's just the curse of the interact and the jump button being the same thing. So, grabbing this lantern, oh yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. But there will be a lantern, it'll turn up. I have a bit of a vision. And that's effectively telling us what our future is. Yeah, no, I found this game actually from Ali, just browsing for things that interested her. It's sort of like the reverse of what happened with you playing Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, Untitled Goose Game was the game that you bought and I speedran, and this is the game that I bought and you speedrun. So
yeah,
it's the I don't know, little tip for tat.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so yeah, an ominous face over there.
Ominous.
Yeah.
It says V. What does V stand for?
I mean, maybe it says V. All right, so...
I'm not wrong, am I?
Oh, no. All right, so the lantern works, and we can see now. That's nice. And we've got to make our way out of the collapsing cave. So just a nice little turn here, and we go... And we're coming up on the first little, like... So pretty much so far, we've basically been playing the game clean. Like, there's not really anything to it. Got our first extremely minor trick coming up. Normally you're meant to sort of go off to the left and climb that big spiral of ground, but if I can do this properly, we've just got a little jump we can do up, and we can just sort of shroom up the rocks here, and we just get to avoid having to do a bunch of walking.
How does she do that without wearing any shoes or anything?
Oh, I think she's got boots on.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
like,
yep.
I mean, obviously the art style is very, you know, like, deliberately low fidelity, everything's very cel-shaded and flat.
Fair enough, yep.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so we have successfully exited the cave, and we are about to encounter our first real movement mechanics, because now that we are out of doors, the game has decided... Oh, actually, we have to do a little conversation with Medvin here. Hi there.
Hi, Medvin.
Bye, Medvin. We're off. So now we can turn into a bird, and we can fly. Woo! Yeah, so this game, like, the one thing that you take away from this game when you just pick it up and play it is that, like, the people who made this, they really, really love flying. Like, it just feels so good. Like, whether like, you don't need to be trying to do anything fancy with it. Just the simple act of moving your character around. Oh, I'm a bit off there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just like, it feels glorious. The banking works great. You can do quite a bit of aerobatic stuff. The run is a bit weird in this way that, like, most of the time we're just flying directly from point A to point B. And I've got a bit of a sort of upward drift here. I'm not a flight engineer, so I don't know whether it's a good or a bad thing, but I'm sure it'll sort itself out. Oh, slight overshoot there, and I'm going to try and set up for a trick.
Alright, let's see.
And we'll see. This may or may not be disastrous, but okay, I've shifted.
You caught a sight of yourself.
Am I on the ground? If I'm on the ground, I'm okay. All right, that's fine. So that should have, like, if you're good, what that'll do, I'm completely lost my... There we go. If you're good, that'll mean that you can basically just exit the cutscene mid-air, ready to just have a shortcut to get over here.
So you did a little bit of a pause there to trigger that. Yeah.
Basically, the game stops your character from moving when it enters most cutscenes, but several cutscenes, if you just pause and unpause, you can regain full control of your character. It'll only come up once more in the run, and that was quite funny when that happens. But that was just sort of like a low percentage chance. I figured I'd just go for it.
Yeah, so you're flying through these rings here, and the main structure of this game is that there will be 3 dungeons that you'll be doing things in to sort of progress. And right now you're unlocking access to the first dungeon.
Yes, so each dungeon's got a key that guards it. This is the first one. The game itself doesn't really have... the game itself is effectively non-linear as far as those 3 things go, but there is an implied order to them that like most people on a natural playthrough will be led through. We're effectively doing it like order of 2, 3, 1. But yeah, you know, it's not like... It's entirely possible that this could be the first thing that a player decides to go to. So now we're
not
up.
in the dungeon yet.
No. So this is, let's see. No, that's all right. We'll just have to try again.
So we're just trying to trigger the flight glitch. So normally, as Nico said, you can't fly indoors, but on certain, I guess, bits of geometry, if you mash the jump button, it will allow you to fly indoors.
Yeah.
Just
Unity Engine having a completely normal time. And it's
just try again.
There we go. So this is the meat and potatoes of the any percent route. You got to do this maybe 5 or 6 times in a few different places. Okay. And we'll just turn off this hole in the roof.
Who left that hole on?
Yeah, I know. Like switch it off. That's fine. Glowy rock. It'll solve everything. Just need to move a little bit carefully here because we do have a bunch of invisible barriers. So yeah, effectively, normally in the sort of the indoor cave areas, the game is designed with the assumption that you can't fly. So all of the puzzles, all of the movement and navigation, it's just completely broken apart by the fact that you can suddenly fly. Several situations you can get out of bounds because they didn't bother putting collision in places that you shouldn't be able to get to anyway. Yeah, it lets you do a lot. And I've hit the ceiling there.
Yeah, the indoor spaces are, on the other hand, a lot more, tighter spaces than the areas that you are meant to be flying in.
Yes, fine control is a little bit tricky. So we've picked up our first key, and it's time to head off to archives. We've got a little bit of a fly here, going essentially northeast. There we go. We've got our landmark. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, that's all lined up fine. Just need to get a bit lower. So basically what we're going to do is just set up a little void warp. Basically just, the game, you don't have a death mechanic, but you do just void out if you go too low. And you've just got fixed respawn points. So this has just saved us a bit of time flying here. And we can just immediately use that key we picked up to open the first major sort of temple area. This one's interesting. Sort of, it's probably the sort of the longest and most complicated. If you're just playing through casually, there's a lot of different switches and things to activate.
Is this one the mining area? Which one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, archives.
So the story of this game is sort of told through, like the narrative is very much through finding just bits, like text. Like old from times past, like tablets might be written up with legend,
and the lantern itself reveals little moments in time, little conversations from echoes of people. Effectively, you'll see them every now and then as I run past them, like those little glyphs there. If you got the lantern out and you walk up next to them, you get a little scene played out, like with text and whatnot. We don't see much of it when we're actually speedrunning.
Yeah, and so. In this actual world that we're in, I guess sort of the mythology or like what we understand of it, it's pretty open to interpretation, but we understand that we're in this space that is, we're just setting up for another flight glitch.
Yeah, just looking for flight glitch here.
We're in this world where they sort of believe, or at least one set of beliefs, is that this is the world that is the dream of a sort of an entity called the Dreamer. Right? And from that,
there we go.
Nicely done. Nice.
Nicely done.
Did you lose
try.
it?
No.
Okay.
It is possible to lose flight glitch if you enter a cutscene and leave yourself untransformed while in the dialogue, but that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So you're good. So I'm just going to take a nice little conservative fly here. Oh no, whatever.
So
we'll just jump.
Yeah. So this area here sort of hints at maybe people mining for material, or like
literally for dreams in that way.
Yeah, and there is the name drop of the air that is in the title.
The only place in the game that it does that as well.
Who won the race?
But yeah, like fundamentally, I think we meet I believe sort of the character we'll meet at the end of this is the Keeper of Dreams.
Were you wearing?
The idea being that they're
banana shoes?
dangerous things.
Were you wearing banana
and a lot of them have been sealed away and put away so that they never turn up again because they can be dangerous when you think about it too much.
Yeah. So we're just getting into an elevator here.
So we've got I'm doing the little baddie version of this trick. It is possible to simply fly straight up this lift. And if you're confident you're going to get the next thing first try, this is just needless waiting time. But I'm not one of those people. So there we go. We're just going to. Oh no, off to the side's bad. We're going to hug this wall and lovely. I think that's looking all right. We jump up here. Lovely, and now we're out of the world, out of bounds, and we can just zoom down through this ceiling because there's just no collision there, and we've reached the end of the level.
Yeah, so normally you would actually have to be solving puzzles to unlock the way here, but instead we get to just talk to the Guardian immediately.
And the music isn't quite right here because for whatever reason, there's meant to be a separate track that plays in these cutscene things that's triggered by correctly opening the door, the final door. But instead, for some reason, it's not playing that, and it's also not playing this place's room music. It's playing the overworld music of the area we're in. I don't quite know why that is the case, but it is. Well, so we're back to our premonition here. V, indeed. Slowly approaching V.
I think we have sort of talked in the game dialogue. They've already named that.
Yes, by now you should realize that you're dealing with the void, which everyone is extremely scared of.
Everyone being a surprisingly few number of people. This world is not densely populated, which is another thing that, what's going on in, is this a reality, or is this a, is this a dream? Is this, and if it is a dream, then whose dream is it?
Yeah. Alright, so broadly speaking, we want to go northwest, and we're setting up for another map warp, effectively. I think I've gone a little too far on the north side rather than the west side, but that's okay. We should see it. There we go. Little bit of tongue of cloud we aim for. And otherwise, it's pretty quiet for the next little bit. So if we do have anything worth reading out, now's a pretty good time for it.
No donations at this current moment, but I will just take this time to give some thanks to MSI. AusSpeedruns extends its gratitude to MSI for sponsoring ASM2024. MSI Computers stands as a global powerhouse in gaming and content creation, reaching across more than 120 countries. Renowned for their cutting-edge products including laptops, desktops, graphics cards, motherboards, monitors, peripherals, and more. MSI works closely with the gaming community to optimize product design, embodying their commitment as a true gaming brand. Thank you, MSI.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're in another one of those caves where we're going to get a key.
Yes. Key locked up in that ice over there. And it's a little... essentially, we've just got 4 switches to ring the bells. Got 2 separate... Oh, lovely, lovely.
Nice, well
That's
done.
the
That
first
one's
time
hard,
I've done
isn't
that.
it?
Yeah, that's the hard one. The easy one is off this. So 2 separate places to activate flight glitch here. Very, very happy getting that first try. That is, that's not been the story in any of my practices.
Oops.
Okay, so I'm making up for that by just having a bit of bad movement here. That's fine.
All right.
I could just be super, super cheeky. No, let's... Well, I'm stuck on this pole here. That's better.
Good work, Paul.
Oh, like it certainly got me. There we go, there we go. And now we just
the
zoom
unexpected
towards.
boss of the run.
Yeah,
the pole.
no, totally.
Yeah.
It's just like you do the tricky thing right, and then you just,
Yeah.
you
Just
can't
get caught on a little bit of
walk to a
geometry.
switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to go here, nab this key. Oop, there we go. So funnily enough as well, sometimes the bells don't have their ring sounds play, and so sometimes like you can trigger the lovely little harmony thing, and then you just get the full chord out of nowhere. Don't know what triggers that.
Howdy, Fox.
Hello, Fox. Another little story for us. That's fine. So another fun fact is that you need to talk to the fox for the game to actually correctly register you've got the key. If you do manage to skip past the fox, which is quite difficult, fortunately, then the game will just essentially it'll just assume that you didn't do anything in there, and if you have to go back in and do that whole puzzle again. So yeah, foxes are important. You got to talk to them. Yeah, we're now I think a tiny bit further. Oh no, there we go. That's pretty good alignment. We've got a lovely little pillar of light guiding our way. So yeah, we're onto our second dungeon here, up extremely northward, and this area really is just beautiful. We don't see much of it on the any %, but
This game's really good at just setting up a nice atmosphere with the
Yeah.
music and the way that the graphics sort of
yeah, no,
accentuate what's important.
very
yeah.
much so.
Mm.
All right. Smash, we've got an open door. Lovely. So we're just going to go into the monastery here, and this one, we'll see how it goes. We've got a new trick we haven't used for anything yet that's going to enable flight glitch. So what we call a super bounce. Essentially, if you just jump at the right time on the right piece of geometry, you get way more launch than you ought to. And, oh, lovely.
Wow.
And, okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow. It is you need VSync off, and I think it's a little bit hardware dependent, so I hadn't had the chance to practice this on this setup. I'm very, very glad that worked, because I have wasted like 2 minutes at home, under no pressure at all, failing to pull that off.
Like
So
I was like wowed on the super bounce, and then
Yeah.
wowed. I was like it was like you could play that back to back, and it would just
Yeah.
be, yeah.
All right, so we open the door, and this is funnily enough, this is the we've semi-conventionally solved this. This is the only one of the temples where we come on, orc. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was going to say it was a very clean monastery, but that's still pretty good. All right, talk
great.
to our whale friend. We're going to get a second fragment. Yeah, no, that felt very good.
Yeah, that was clean. Bye-bye, whale.
Goodbye, whale. So yeah, the sad reality is we saw with the Keeper of Dreams falling down, and from our whale friend now, I think the Guardian of the... No, I can't remember. But the sad reality is that this world isn't working. Really, like everyone is like all the people responsible for trying to keep the wheels on. They've either gotten jaded and given up, or they've just faced insurmountable odds, and they're on the way out. So before too long, we'll realize that it's basically just us. We're all there is, which poses a bit of a challenge, because the void that we have to try and deal with is well, nothing stopped it yet. It's been in a prison, but it's waking up. Okay, so now we just need to astronavigate, align with this little star here.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, it's a handy little reference mark. This is the trickiest of they're not very tricky, but the trickiest of the void, map void warps, in that you need to move along a reasonably specific path. At some point, oh no, okay, I was a little bit too... Oh, that's very embarrassing.
Try that again.
I don't have the right setup for it, so I'm just going to be a little more cautious and hew a little further east. It is possible to effectively fly in an area that's outside of the in-game map, like the map that you get there. But I'm just going to be a little more thingy about it. We'll just go into King's Pass and get the audio cue before we try zoning out. And that should be... Alright, okay, we got the music cue, so fingers crossed. If we get the King's Pass though, no, that's okay. It's not much of a time loss. Excellent, but we did get the warp, the slow version of the fast version, the fast version of the slow version, and we just got a slight little extra bit of zone distance. Didn't quite get the swag landing there. So it's going for our last key. This is the opening the gate to the vault. Open a door so you can get a key to open another door. It's a very common video game thing. Come on, land. There we go.
Nice.
And just set the camera up here so when the cutscene ends, I'm facing the right way. So this one is, we'll see. Very inconsistent trick coming up. The getting flight glitch in Vault is just a little bit cranky. So.
Well, the game's been treating you well so far.
It has been. We'll see how we go.
So let's not be fatalistic about
We'll
it.
just do our best. Just think of the benefit of it's relatively small too. So past a certain point, just do the casual run strat and it'll be fine. All right, so we just go. Okay. Well, that's a false start. That's fine. No harm, no foul. Up we go, and look at that! First try.
I think we're taking this knock home with us.
All right, so a simple little puzzle here. We've just got to move both of these tablets to get matching sun and moon symbols, and the door opens. So this is where we get the time save from the flight glitch, because we pick this key up, and normally you'd have to just walk all the way back up, and that's slow. So instead we're going to fly back. And we get a... Oh, there we go. Yeah, lovely. So now that we have acquired, we're going to have a final little meeting from our friend the fox. Hello! Yeah, and a slightly, like, you know, enthusiastic transforming back and forth, because the game doesn't, you know, it's the controller, you know, going both ways.
Yeah, it doesn't think you'd be able to fly, so
No,
it doesn't
no.
matter that it...
Yeah. All right, and we're off to the last of the 3 temples to get our final piece of the key, effectively. Yeah, so, you know, getting all these keys, they're effectively getting other keys. I'm sure no one's going to be shocked to learn that. Oh, a little bit too far south there. So we're off to Eventide Sanctuary in the Twilight Lake, and I'll see if I can get this landing properly. Transitioning in and out of flight changes your properties a bit. Oh, lovely. It's very easy to be going a bit fast and then just zoom like a very, very long way off if you don't handle it well. Yeah.
Got some room for some donations?
Absolutely do, yes.
We have $15 from GS Standard that says, good luck to the runners, as well as $100 from Francis that says, good luck Nicosar and Alicat. Hope lots of money is being raised.
Thank you very much, Mum. I think things are going very well.
We also have $20 from Dr. Popcorn with no comment, but thank you all the same. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Oh, okay, lovely. Okay, and this is trickier than it looks, because the geometry around there is actually mostly like quite sticky and doesn't want to let you jump up. But we got that. All right. So you know, let's see if I can extend my luck. So I'm going to fail at that little basic platforming thing. Now we're just setting up for a flight glitch here, roughly where this. No, okay.
Bit early, I think.
Bit early, yeah. But it's roughly where the grass meets the sort of the bare stone. Yeah, a lot of the flight glitch in particular activations, they really they really just go on vibes. Oh no! Oops. Oops. Okay, that's embarrassing.
Probably could have gone left there. Yeah, don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna.
What are birds? Sorry, I was just thinking about the New Zealand story. No, I was thinking about how high her jump is, because, you know, she has bird bones.
Even when she doesn't transform, like, she's still got, you know. I mean, like, to some extent, that's just standard issue video game protagonist power, right? Okay, there we go. Second try. That's good. So now we've got an out of bounds that's significantly easier than the first out of bounds we do. We just go through here and we just go, oh, look, there's no collision on those walls, and we are free.
Out we go.
We can zoom. We do have a tiny bit more distance to go, and getting in is a little trickier, but... Oh, lovely. I didn't even collide. Beautiful.
Very good.
Keeper of Dreams.
Hi, fishies.
Hello, fishies. Yeah, Keeper of Dreams is the last of our guardians. Oh, wait, no. Not Twilight Guardian. Never mind. But you know, if you actually played the game and didn't do an 80% speed run, you'd get a lot more vibes than we're getting right here. You know, they're trying their best, but unfortunately, they're done. Goodbye. This is your problem now. Peace out.
Goodbye.
Sorry to see you go. But the good news is we now have our third fragment. So we've only got, effectively 2 destinations remaining.
Once again, we need to activate the, the opening to the place that we need to go to. Then we need to go there.
Yeah. So the void's looking pretty threatening there. It's big and chunky.
It's definitely here now, as opposed to before we were only getting a hint.
You're not just a mysterious V in the distance. But yes, so we've now got to go back to the lighthouse, which is effectively the first area of the game. It's like, the only, like, where the NPCs live, where you actually have, if you're where you're naturally going to be directed to go if you're just playing through normally. I think we're pretty good. Pretty much straight southeast. Unfortunately, the game pauses when you open the map, so doing it to check just is like, I don't want to waste time on that. So if I'm wrong on my dead reckoning, that's fine. I'll cop that loss. There we go, a little too south. That's right. So we are going to very briefly see all 4 of the sort of the people who live here, and that'll be the beginning and the end of what we see of them. They don't get speaking roles apart from Medvin, who we talked to earlier.
Well, not if we just do this.
Well, if we do this, that's what I mean. In the speedrun, they don't get speaking roles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've got the 2 keepers and their kid. They're nice people.
We do have an answer to your earlier question if we have some time.
Oh,
Absolutely do.
yeah.
We have $3.50 from Rycon that says, for Alicat,
Okay.
birds are a group of warm-blooded vertebrates constituting the class aves, characterized by feathers, toothless beaked jaws, and laying of hard-shell eggs.
But I was told that even scientists don't know what birds are.
Well, perhaps Rycon's got the inside track.
Yeah,
Thank you
right.
so much for
They've been keeping this information from us. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing. Like, just when we both started speedrunning, we always just got drawn to games with birds in them.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Yeah, we play Kiwi. We got this game. We got Untitled Goose Game.
Birds are great.
Yeah.
Birds are pretty good.
Birds are great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you saying something?
Nah.
Yeah, that's all good.
I was talking about birds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about birds. I was thinking so deeply about birds that you heard my thoughts. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, we're following the light to this ominous pillar here. You can come across this place, any point in the game, but the door's shut, so you can't do anything there. But, the door's open now. We're in the Creative Shrine, and we're very much near the end of the run. So we've only got 1 trick left. Well, technically 2, but one of them's, a party trick more than an actual trick.
We like party tricks.
Yeah, we do. So we're getting pretty close to the end here. Yeah. All right. So.
Oh
yeah,
no, the void.
We have been overcome by the mere presence. This is a bit of a confronting moment in that way. So I don't want to take away too much from the gravitas, but in that way that there's really not much we can do.
But fortunately, some of the memories of old.
I see what you did there.
I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of words, and I looked up, and they were right in front of me.
But yeah, so Kara, who we it's her land, and we visited her shrine right at the start of the game.
Yeah,
she's still here in spirit. From. She's been with us this whole time, and she has given us essentially one final chance. She's
given us the strength and the light to follow.
All right, so now we got a little trick here. We want to clip into this, and sometimes its cycle isn't very good, so. There we go, and
get a super bounce.
Getting flight glitch out of it, unfortunately, it's a 2-step process, and step one's usually pretty easy. Step 2, a little trickier. So we'll give it a few shots. The problem is that, no, we got the cycle, no. No, I got pushed out of it. Yeah, basically, you can't move into it, but it can move into you. The game's got collision detection for player movements, but not for the automated bits. No, I think I've... Oh, okay. But the Oh, there we go. Lovely. There we go. Thank you. All right. So normally you've got to walk through this, and it's much slower. So we've got one last message from Kara. And... Okay, a quick... Pause, unpause there, and you might have seen something off to the side. I think I didn't quite do that right, but that's fine. So Kara
is... It's not a critical.
Yeah, not critical.
There
we are. So the fun left, the game has a U for cutscenes, and it has a U for just being around in the world, and the two can coexist. If I'd done it properly, I'd be all the way forward at the doors, but that's like a second of time loss. It doesn't matter. Yeah,
so you get that free movement during the cutscene.
Yeah.
And
all right.
This will be the end of the game.
So we're in the final area. Time will be when the cutscene triggers after I've crossed the bridge. I'll do my best to anticipate it, but I'm always a bit fuzzy on just how far you walk into the void. So, it'll be fine. Once I lose control and, we got a picture, that will be time.
Yeah, so this ending here, I think it's one that you need to think a lot about. So it's as a speed run, it might not be that interesting, but definitely go out, find this game, play it. It's frequently on sale.
And time.
frequently on sale for very little, but also, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I very strongly encourage people to play this game. It doesn't take up too much of your time, even if you're not going through a speed run. And it has a really, it's got soul.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. So
Can I have one more bird donation?
Ooh,
Go
yes.
ahead.
Yes.
We have $2 from Bird Fan that says,
Ooh.
owls can turn their heads almost 360 degrees. This fact may be well known, but did you know that they cannot move their eyes? Many birds, such as starlings, sing in notes too high for the human ear. There are literally entire bird conversations.
I wish we had more time so I could solicit more bird fact donations.
And that did also raise us just above $17,000 raised. Thank you, everyone.
Bird lovers doing great work here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done.
Oh, thank you very
That's a
much.
good run. Is there anything else you wanted to say? Any shout outs?
Oh, well, I
To wrap up?
certainly want to shout you out for introducing me to this game. No, you're amazing.
Thank
No, thank you very much, AusSpeedruns, for having me. I realize this was always, I guess we've had a few sort of not quite intended runs in the schedule lately, so I'm very, very glad that you could accommodate my weird little game. Yeah, no, I will be hopefully back on Sunday morning with Lucille running Plate Up, which is a very different game from this game. Probably a lot more physical comedy. And otherwise, no, I hope everyone has a great night. Thank you all, and yeah.
Thanks, AusSpeedruns.
Yeah.
Yep.